Hi everyone. So now today's topic is combined gas equation, and also it is also called ideal gas equation. So those who not watched the previous videos, you can find those videos in iCard as well as at the end of the video. And those who not subscribed till now, please do subscribe, and you will find the complete detailed study about combined gas equation. In this combined gas equation, you are going to learn the different values for the universal gas constant, and also you are going to see the what are the different formulas we will get from the combined gas equation, that is ideal gas equation. From ideal gas equation, what information and what type of problems we can solve. So those all we are going to see. So I don't want to waste your time. Let's get into the video of combined gas equation. So we'll see the combined gas equation. The name itself only we have combined gas equation. The name itself we have combined gas. That is nothing but we have to combine the different gas laws. That is Boyle's law if you are taking. So Boyle's law tells us about volume is inversely proportional to pressure at constant temperature and number of moles of a gas. And if you are taking the Charles law, at constant pressure and number of moles of a gas, volume is directly proportional to temperature. If you are taking Avogadro's law, so according to Avogadro's law, volume is directly proportional to number of moles. That is, at constant temperature and pressure, the volume of a gas molecule is directly proportional to number of molecules. That is, equal volume of gases contain equal number of molecules. So we have to combine these three gas equations. One is Boyle's law, Charles' law, and Avogadro's law. By combining these three gas equations, we are going to get the combined gas equation. That is, V is directly proportional to, from all these three we can write it as 1 by P into T into N. Okay, so from this, if you remove this proportionality symbol, we have to keep one constant. Volume is equal to, okay na? So that is N into T into R, NTR. That is proportionality constant, and R is called what? Proportionality constant. So that is P into V is equal to NTR. Now what is this R here? Proportionality constant. It is also called, R is also called universal gas constant. R is also called universal gas constant. So from this, if you want to get that R, then what you have to do? R is equal to, you send this N and T to that side. So PV by N into T. So then you are going to get the R values. That is, the R values mainly depends on the units of pressure and volume. R value depends only on the only on units of pressure and volume, which we are taking. It does not depend on the pressure and volume, it depends on the units of pressure and volume, because number of moles and temperature will be constant. So now we are going to see the different R values in different units. So R value, if you are taking pressure in atmosphere, volume in liters, and number of moles will be what happens, N is equal to 1 mole, and temperature is generally taken as at room temperature, that is 298 Kelvin or 273 Kelvin you can take. So that is STP condition, we are taking 273 degree Kelvin, and volume will be 22.4 liter, and pressure will be what happens, 1 atmosphere pressure. Okay, so if you substitute all those values and if you solve, you will get the R value at 0.0821 liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole, because Kelvin and mole will be in the denominator. So 0.0821 liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. If you are taking volume in terms of centimeter cube, then it becomes what? 82.1, that is cc into atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. So that is 82.1 cc atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. If you are taking R value in terms of MKS unit, that pressure is taken in Newton per meter square and volume is taken in ml, and number of moles and temperature will be 273 Kelvin and number of moles will be 1, then you are going to get 8.314 joules per Kelvin per mole. Per Kelvin per mole. Now from this 1 joule is equal to, we know that 1 joule is equal to 10 power 7 ergs. You can substitute that 10 power 7 ergs here. Then R value in terms of ergs will be what happened, 8.314 into 10 power 7 ergs. So is that clear? So that is the R value in terms of erg Kelvin per mole. So you can take the R value in terms of calories also, that is 1.986 calorie per Kelvin per mole it is. So it is in calculation part we are taking as round figure as 2 calorie per Kelvin per mole. It is nearly 2. So for that reason we are taking 2. So that is what the different R values for the combined gas equation. Those R values are very important for while solving the problems. We need those R values. Okay, so you need to find that which R value you are going to use in an problems. That is very important one. Now next we are going to see here. So from that ideal gas equation, what is the ideal gas equation? PV is equal to nRT. Why that gas equation is said to be an ideal gas equation? PV is equal to NTR, I am saying, no. So why it is called ideal gas equation? Because this gas equation is obeyed by the ideal gas. So all the gas, this gas equation was satisfied by all the gas laws. Okay, so for that reason this gas equation was said to be ideal gas equation. The gases which obeys this equation, those gases are said to be ideal gases. Now you see here, this is called ideal gas equation. From this ideal gas equation, what formulas we are going to get using? So P into V is equal to N, number of moles. How you are going to get? Weight by gram molecular weight of a gas into temperature into R. So here gram molecular weight just I am taking as capital M, indicates molecular weight. So from this what happens, I am going to write, this is one form. If they had given weight of a gas and weight of gas and molecular weight, if they are asking to find, then you have to do like this. And if you pressure, volume, the volume term is there, no, that volume term you take that side, that is W by V is equal to W by P is equal to W by V into T into R by V, sorry, M it is. So W by V is nothing but density, weight by volume is nothing but density, pressure is equal to density into temperature into R by molecular weight. So from this P into molecular weight I am taking this side into density. Here multiplying density, it will come in the denominator, it becomes D. So at constant temperature, the whole value becomes constant. Is it or not? The whole value becomes constant when you are taking temperature will be constant. So then what happens? Formula will be P1 M1 by D1 is equal to P2 M2 by D2. It is a first gas, second gas. Both will be constant and both are equalized. Is that clear? If they are saying same molecular weight, okay, that is, so you can get this. If they are saying same molecular weight, then what happens? P into P by D into T is equal to R by M. R by M is what? Constant, because they are saying same gas. Gas is same means its molecular weight will be remains constant. That is P by dt will be remains constant. So that is P1 by D1 T1 is equal to P2 by D2 T2. P1 by D1 T1 is equal to P2 by D2 T2. Is that clear? So that is what relations related to density. So those density related equations are very important. Now we are going to see the another relation from this, another graph also we can get here. So PV is equal to NTR I'm saying, you know. So for example, if I am plotting the PV versus temperature, PV versus temperature, pressure, volume, product of pressure and volume and temperature, then what happens? This number of moles of gas is constant, R is constant. The value of product and product of pressure and volume will be remains constant. And from this equation only, if you are taking PV by T is equal to N into R if you are taking. So for a particular gas, number of moles of a gas is constant in closed container. Then PV by T is also remains constant or not? PV by T value is remains constant. Versus temperature if you are taking, it is also remains constant. These two graphs satisfy the what ideal gas equation. Is that clear? So in case of Boyle's law also we had seen PV versus P, R versus volume, it will be remains constant. So that is ideal gas equation. So from this equation also you can get all these different formulas you are going to get from that ideal gas equation. From this one more equation you are going to get PV is equal to NTR. So from this PV by T is equal to NR. That is N into R, that is constant. It becomes constant. So here P1 by V1 for the first gas, P1 by V1, P1 V1 by T1 is equal to, for second gas it will be P2 V2 by T2. So both will be constant, both will be equalized. P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. So these are the different formulas, problems related to this ideal gas equation. Okay. See the problems on combined gas equation. First problem we are going to see certain amount of gas at 25 degrees Celsius and 76 centimeter of mercury occupies volume of 12 liter. What will be the pressure at a height where temperature is 10 degrees Celsius and volume is 12.8 liter? Now what they are saying, certain amount of a gas at 25 degrees Celsius whose pressure is 76 centimeter of mercury. Volume is 12 liter. So what will be the pressure at a height where the temperature is 10 degrees Celsius? Here the variables are temperature and the pressure is variable and the volume is also variable. Okay. So what is the relation between pressure, volume, temperature that we have to take? From combined gas equation we are going to get P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. So how you got this one? PV is equal to NTR. So from this you are going to get PV by T is equal to N into R. Here what they are saying, certain amount of gas, that is N is constant, R is constant. So PV by T is constant. From that you are going to get this equation. Now what is the initial pressure? It is 76 centimeter. P1 is 76. Volume occupied will be 12 liter. By initial temperature it's 25. 25 plus 273, that is 298 Kelvin. 298 Kelvin. Is that clear? 25 plus 273 is equal to. So what will be the pressure at certain height? What is the height of that mercury column in that barometer that they are asking to calculate? And volume of that will be what? 12.8 by. So here temperature 10 degrees Celsius they are saying. 10 degrees Celsius plus 273, that is 283 degree Kelvin. By solving this you are going to get P2. Is that clear? Now here 12.8, okay, and 283. Just you take it as 76 into 12 into 283 by 298 into 12.8. You are going to get 1.128 atmosphere approximately. Okay, you can convert into torrs also. 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 torr. Okay, so in terms of, if they are asking in torrs pressure, you can convert into torrs also. 1 atmosphere 760. 1.128 atmosphere is equal to how many torrs? That is easy one. You can do that one. Next we will see the second question. I think so first one is understood. So we'll see the second question. So what they are saying in the second question. So calculate the pressure exerted by 1 gram of a helium. Weight of helium they given 1 gram. So molecular weight of helium we know, that is 4. From this number of moles of helium will be what happens 1 by 4. Now calculate the pressure excited by P they are asking to calculate by 1 gram of helium present in 5 liter vessel. Volume is the given 5 liter vessel at room temperature. At room temperature, that is temperature will be 25 plus 273, that is 298 degree Kelvin. You have to take 298 degree Kelvin. So all the values you substitute in ideal gas equation. PV is equal to nRT. Okay, so pressure we need to find into 5 is equal to n is how much, 1 by 4 into here volume is in liters, pressure they are asking in atmosphere, volume in liter, pressure in atmosphere. So you have to take R value as 0.0821 into temperature is 298. You do this calculation, you will get the pressure. Is that clear? Is that clear everyone? So that is, you take it as round figure and you do the calculation, you will get the exact pressure. Okay, so next we are going to see the third question. What they are saying in a third question, a 10 liter cylinder has, one 10 liter cylinder is there which has helium at 8 atmosphere and 32 degrees Celsius. 8 atmosphere and 32 degrees Celsius. 8 atmosphere and 32 degrees Celsius. How many balloons of 2 liter each at 2 atmosphere can be filled at that constant temperature? Temperature is constant. Can be filled with the gas available from the cylinder. So now one gas is there, 10 liter vessel, that is cylinder capacity will be what, 10 liter, and which has the pressure is how much? 8 atmosphere pressure. How many balloons of 2 liter each 2 atmosphere can be filled at constant temperature? Now if you are taking the balloon, in one balloon how many number of moles of gas can be filled? In one balloon if you are taking, so in 1 mole of in just one balloon if you are taking, then how many number of moles of gas will be filled in that one balloon we will take. So pressure of the balloon, how much they are saying? 2 atmosphere it should be, and volume will be how much? 2, that is 4. That is pressure will be that is in that balloon what pressure and volume it should be? 4 atmosphere liter. It should be that much pressure. It should be that much quantity, 4 atmosphere and liter. Now cylinder has the what, 10 liter cylinder has helium at 8 atmosphere pressure. That 8 atmosphere pressure we have to bring to the 2 atmosphere pressure. Then what happens? Final pressure will be 8 minus 2. That is, it becomes a 6 atmosphere. Now the cylinder capacity will be how much? 10 liter. So now the cylinder can fill how many? Here cylinder contains 10 into, that is 8 minus 2, that is 6, that is 60 atmosphere per liter. These many number of moles of gas is present. Now how many balloons can be filled with this 60? Now one balloon we require 4 atmosphere per liter. So in cylinder contains 60 atmosphere liter. So with this how many balloons can be filled? Here one balloon filling these many atmosphere liters of gas required. For 60 it will be how much it is? 60 by 4. That is nothing but 1. So 2 will be 5. 15 balloons can be filled. 15 balloons can be filled with what pressure and volume? 2 liter pressure and 2 atmosphere pressure. 2 liter volume and 2 atmosphere pressure. Is that clear? So that is very important one. So next question number 4 we will see. An open vessel has an ideal gas at 27 degrees Celsius. What fraction of the gas is escaped if the vessel is, it is not included here, if the vessel and its contents are heated to 127 degrees Celsius. So now you see question number 4. Now what they are saying, an open vessel has an ideal gas at 27 degrees Celsius. Initial temperature is 27 plus 273, that is nothing but 300 Kelvin. It is at initial temperature. So after some time what happens? What fraction of the gas is escaped from the vessel and its contents are heated to 127 degrees Celsius. 127 plus 273. So it becomes what? 127 plus 273 means 400 Kelvin. So when you are heating from T1 to T2, what fraction of gas is escaped they are saying. They are not asking what fraction of gas is present in the vessel. Say for example, initially we have one fraction of gas is present and number of moles of gas we have to calculate. Escaped one we have to get means first we should know how many number of moles are left over after heating 400 Kelvin. That is, if you are taking PV is equal to nRT. So what they are saying, your open vessel has an ideal gas. At what fraction of the ideal gas means PV is equal to constant. Is it or not? Ideal gas is nothing but PV by R is equal to constant, that is N into T. It will be remains constant. Just now we had seen in the graph. This value will be P, product of pressure and volume will be remains constant for ideal gas. PV is equal to constant it is. So if it is constant, from this what happens? N1 T1 is equal to N2 T2. So from this N1 is how much? 1. T1 is how much? 300 is equal to N2 we need to find. T2 is how much? 400. So 0 0 get cancelled. So N2 will be 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is what it is? 3 by 4 it is. 3 by 4. Now 3 by 4 is what? It is a final number of moles when the vessel is heated till 127 degrees Celsius. If we are, that is final number of moles, then how many moles of gas is escaped from the vessel? So that will gives you escaped gas. Escaped gas will be initial whatever we are taking, how much is left over? That is 3 by 4. Will gives you what? Escaped one, that is 1 by 4 it is. 4 minus 3 by 4, that is 1 by 4. This is the escaped gas. Is that clear? So next we will see the final question, that is fifth question. So a vessel of irregular shape has a volume. Irregular shape has a volume V. It's first evacuated and coupled with a vessel of 4 liter capacity. Okay, now first it is evacuated means its pressure is completely the gas is completely it is removed, then its pressure becomes 0. Evacuated and coupled with vessel of 4 liter capacity at 35 degrees Celsius and 10 atmosphere pressure. If the final pressure in both the vessel is 3 atmosphere, calculate the volume V. Now what they are saying, initially the volume of the vessel will be V1. Its pressure is completely, it is evacuated means its pressure is converted to 0 atmosphere. Okay, so and it is connected to this vessel is connected to the another vessel of 4 liter capacity. Another vessel will have the water 4 liter capacity. So whose pressure is how much? 4 liter capacity at 35 degrees Celsius and 10 atmosphere pressure. P2 is 10 atmosphere pressure. So when it is connected, if the final pressure in both the vessel, if the final pressure, these two are connected, the final pressure will be in both the vessel is how much? 3 atmosphere. So in both the vessel is 3 atmosphere, and then calculate this V. V is how much they are saying. When it is final pressure is 3 atmosphere, so what is the V they are asking to calculate? If you want to calculate the average pressure, how you are going to get? That is P1 V1 plus P2 V2 by V1 plus V2. Okay, so that is the total pressure. You can take average pressure is what here? Total pressure. This is what average pressure in both the vessel. Average pressure in both the vessel will be what? 3 atmosphere. That is 3 is equal to P1 is how much? 0 into V. That is becomes what? 0 plus P2. P2 is how much? 10 into 4 by V1 plus V2. That is V1 is V. V2 is 4. Okay. So then you solve it. That is 40 here. 40 by V plus 4 it is 3V plus 12 is equal to 40. 3V is equal to 40 minus 12. That is how much it is? 28. So that's it, no? 28. Volume will be what happens? 28 by 3, that is 9.3 liters it is. 9.3 liter it is. Is that clear? So the volume will be what happens? 9.3 liter initially the volume is 9.3 liter. So that volume, when it is evacuated, it becomes 0 atmosphere, and its final volume will be when it is connected to the 4 liter and 10 atmosphere pressure, then its average pressure in both the vessel will be what? 3 atmosphere. Is that clear? Okay now. So that is the complete study about combined gas equation. We had seen the concept of combined gas equation, what are the formulas we are going to get, and what are the different problems, each model one problem I had explained you. So I hope so you have understood something from this video. So if you really like the content, please do like the video and share with your friends. Thank you. Have a nice day. Keep watching.